One of my biggest struggles with blogging is blogging consistently. My goal is to publish one blog post a week. And while on some weeks it's easy, it gets pretty difficult in others. Sometimes I don't have the time, but other times I don't feel motivated to write. Do you understand that feeling? But with these tips, I've been able to post consistently that eventually led to the growth of my blog. So here are my tips to write a blog post fast in 90 minutes so that you can blog consistently, save yourself time, and of course, grow your blog. Hi there, I'm Jojo and I help women grow their blogs and live their most authentic lives. I share a lot of tips about blogging, but also tips about living your best life and being much more intentional in what you're doing in your own life. So if that resonates with you, if that's something you like, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss a video. First, what you want to start off with is to choose a simple topic. Start off with a simple topic that will not only be easy for you to write, but will also be easy for your readers to digest. If the topic you're writing about is too big, break it down into a smaller topic. I recommend keeping a list of topics to write about, that way when it's time to write, you already have an idea. This can easily be a list on your phone or a document that you save somewhere. Next, you want to figure out what kind of post it's going to be. Is it a guide? Is it a list? Is it a step-by-step how-to? Is it a story? Figuring this out first is going to help determine the outline of your blog post. Alright, so let's break down the 90 minutes it's gonna take to write a blog post fast. First is to research on your keywords, and this will take about 10 minutes. Hop over to Ubersuggest and Pinterest and type in keywords of the blog post that you have in mind. You might find other keywords that people have used to drive traffic to their blogs. Just don't click on these posts and don't read them. I recommend only doing this if you think the blog post you've already written has gaps and you want to fill them in. If you want to learn more on how to research keywords, then check out this video right here. It's super helpful on doing some keyword research. Especially if you might think it's kind of intimidating, it's definitely not. It's actually very straightforward. Next is to create an outline and give yourself 10 minutes to do this. So this is why you want to figure out the kind of blog post that you're writing. If you're writing a how-to post or a step-by-step guide, your outline will be broken down into steps. If you're writing a list, the outline will be broken down into the items on the list. And if you're writing a story, your blog post will be broken down into the main points that are important to that story. To keep your writing simple, I suggest keeping your outline not more than 10 points. Next is to expand each point in your outline into 3 to 5 sentences, and this will take about 30 minutes. Explain each point with more detail and keep it simple and go straight to the point. Next is to write a 3 to 5 sentence keyword-rich introduction, and this will take about 5 to 10 minutes, 10 minutes tops. So share a few things on how the tips improved your life and how you think it's going to improve your reader's life too. Next is to write a 3 to 5 sentence conclusion, and this will take about 10 minutes tops. So don't include any new information here. You want all the information in the body of your blog post. In your conclusion, you're just tying things up together and wrapping it up. And don't forget to include a call to action asking your subscribers to sign up to your email list or to follow you on social media. Next is to read it out loud, edit, and repeat. And do this step for as many times as you need to. For some people it can take 5 minutes, for others it can take 30 minutes. I say for a normal length of a blog post, it will take about 15 minutes. And last is to format your blog post, and this will take 5 minutes. Now it's time to make your blog post easy to read and skim by using headlines and bolding any important sentences. And also breaking down any big paragraphs into smaller paragraphs. So hopefully by this point you've reached 90 minutes or less and you've completed the writing component of your blog post. Alright, next part are some speed writing tips that really helped me a lot. First is to keep distractions out of the way. Turn off the TV, step into a quiet room, maybe play some music that's conducive for writing and concentration. I like to listen to classical music, movie soundtracks, and this famous girl right here. Next is to allow yourself to let things flow, even if it doesn't make sense. The goal is to get yourself to write from start to finish and make mistakes, not to write the perfect blog post. A lot of people come to me and say, Jojo, I don't think I can blog because I can't put my thoughts into words and make it succinct and make it make sense. And my answer to that is, that's a lie. You're not allowing yourself to make mistakes that you can't even get into the groove of writing because you're already revising and editing things in your head before you write. It's not going to work out that way. So the great part about writing is that you don't have to get it right the first time. Not even the second time or the third time. Writing is a process, and it's a process for your words not to make any sense at all. So have trust in yourself that you'll get it right in the end. Next is to sit down and do it. You'll find that about 10 to 15 minutes in, you'll get into the writing zone and everything will pour out. If you wait to feel inspired to write, your blog will be very, very bare, that it's not even gonna grow. And if it's your first time writing a blog post, it might take more than 90 minutes. And that's okay. Writing is a skill that you practice and nurture. No one is born with this skill. I promise you, by your third and fourth blog post, your writing will be much faster and much more succinct. So here are my favorite resources for writing blog posts. The first is Grammarly. This Chrome extension is kind of like Microsoft Word, where it underlines anything that's misspelled or where the grammar is wrong. I always have this extension turned on in my computer. Even when I'm writing posts on Facebook, it'll tell me if there's anything wrong or if I made any mistakes. And most of the time it's right, but sometimes it isn't, so use it to your discretion. Next is Hemingway Editor. So I tend to write sentences that are too long, that if anyone were to read it out loud, they would lose their breath. Hemingway Editor helps me edit that down. It's a website where you copy and paste your writing to it, and it will tell you if your sentences are hard to read or if it could be written simpler. And last is the Yoast SEO WordPress plugin. This is to make sure that your blog post is SEO friendly so that people can actually read it. It shows up right below your blog post editor on WordPress, and it'll let you know how to make your blog post optimized for SEO. Because this is more for editing your blog post, I recommend not looking at this until after you've written your blog post. Otherwise, it's gonna get in the way of your writing flow. So that's how to write a blog post fast in 90 minutes. So I followed these exact tips and I ended up writing this video in an hour and 15 minutes. So depending on how in-depth you're going in your blog post or your writing experience, this process can take about 60 minutes or even less than 60 minutes or up to 2 hours. So it's really going to vary on the blog post you're writing. But I promise you, if you follow these tips, writing your blog post will go by much faster. I hope that with these tips, you're able to write faster and blog consistently so that your blog can grow. So if you learned something from this video, please like it. And if you want more blogging tips, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And if you want even more blogging tips and you prefer to have them sent to your email, sign up for my email newsletter. Every week, I send my subscribers a weekly tip to start off their week. You'll also get access to my free resource library for bloggers too. So go to this link or click on the description box below. So thank you so much for watching. I am Jojo and I help women grow their blogs and live their best lives. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!